The no spring window this year was the best possible outcome for FCS football. I mean, talking to coaches, you want to talk about burnout. Like, there were coaches that were like, why do we even recruit in the fall signing period? He goes, we sign all these kids, they have a one good spring, and they're going to transfer out just 3 months later if they wanted. And then the other thing too is the FBS programs would say, because obviously I graduated from Auburn, and if Auburn's left tackle wasn't performing well in spring practices, but Alabama State has, I mean, who's the kid drafted? Titus a few years ago from Alabama State. Well, if they got him, if I'm Auburn, man, let me get rid of this guy who hasn't lived up to the hype, and let me go get a 4-year starter from Alabama State up the road. And that's what was happening. I mean, South Dakota lost 5 starting linemen in the spring window. They were supposed to have their quarterback back, starting wide receiver, 5 starting offensive linemen, and their top running back all gone in the spring window, except for Aiden Bauman, who came back at quarterback. That's the reality with the spring window. And I think you saw this year, FCS teams are evolving, man. I was really impressed with some of the transfer portal classes they brought in. Tarleton State signed an outstanding class. I think you see Austin P doing a great thing, because it works both ways, right? You have these guys who don't pan out at the P4 level, maybe as a freshman, right? Because if I'm Ohio State, yeah, you might have been a high 4-star freshman, but we just signed a 5-star. We don't have time to wait for you to develop, and we need a roster spot for this transfer we're bringing in from Indiana. And so you got to transfer out. Alabama A&M, your school, signed a high 4-star Antonio Coleman, who was committed to Alabama and signed with Auburn. And he redshirted last year for Auburn, but that was a kid who was a standout at Saraland High School, and really and truly could have developed into something for Auburn. And he's going to Alabama A&M as a redshirt freshman. That's the trade-off here. But the feeder system thing's real.